fun. A few weeks ago, we went ahead and made a really fun chili idli recipe for lunch using a soy sauce and Szechuan sauce based chili sauce. And I'm gonna go ahead and reuse that sauce to accompany my pumpkin, which is gonna be pan fried. This is definitely a little bit of a deviation from the way that Indians normally make kaddu ki sabji or pumpkin, but I think it's really fun and it makes for a really good accompaniment to just plain rice, or I can sometimes even eat it as part of a kind of cooked salad. So I really like to do different things with my vegetables so that I can have different experiences with them and I don't get bored. I'm gonna start by just putting in a little bit of mustard seed in oil. And once it starts to bubble, I'm gonna add asafoetida for a very simple chop. That's just on medium heat in oil, and then I'm gonna go ahead and turn it down. I'm gonna add a little bit of turmeric, and then unlike last time, I'm actually gonna go ahead and start with the Szechuan and ketchup. You can also use tomato paste. It's just a 1-to-1 ratio here. And I'm gonna go ahead and drop that entire amount directly into my oil. Thank you. What I'm trying to do here is caramelize the tomato that's already present in these two sauces. So I'm just going to go ahead and saute it just a little bit. I'm also going to go ahead and add a little bit of ginger and garlic. I don't know if there's any Indian food that is really complete without ginger and garlic, at least not my food. And that's just going to go ahead and saute. You can also go ahead and add onions if you like. You would go ahead and start sauteing them before the ginger and garlic for about 3 to 5 minutes. I don't really like onions, so I'm going to go ahead and skip that step. I have about 2 tablespoons of sauce total in here. I'm going to add the same amount of soy sauce. And just mix it up. And this is a very similar sauce to what we had last time. I am doing it in a slightly different order, and that's going to change the flavor just a little bit, just to keep it exciting. I'm going to add a little bit of jeera or cumin. And this is measured with your heart. Most of my recipes are, but I've added about a tablespoon, and I'm going to add the same amount of salt or fennel. And I'm letting this just boil down a little bit. Unlike the chili idli, I don't expect my kaddu or pumpkin to really absorb a ton, so I'm just trying to make a thick sauce that's going to coat the outside of my pumpkin. This is another great option if you're doing any vegetable really. We could do carrots, you can do beans, you can do cabbage, bell pepper. I'm going with pumpkin because it is not my favorite sabji, so I want to go ahead and use it up before my dad turns it into the more traditional sabji that we eat. So I have this very finely cut orange bell pepper just to add a little bit of body to the sauce. I'm going to saute it in there. Since I'm not sauteing it directly in heat, I'm sauteing it in this kind of liquid sauce. It's going to get really soft and almost melt directly into the sauce. It's also going to cook really quickly, and it's going to be very unnoticeable because it's so small. I also have very finely chopped cabbage, and I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of that as well. And this is really however much you want. I like, for this particular recipe, a more thick and chunky sauce. This is something I didn't do last time, but as we mentioned, you can really experiment with tastes, flavors, and textures. to use kind of the same ingredients but get a very different result for your time. I'm going to go ahead and put in all of my pumpkin. Give everything a good mix. The sauce tastes perfect to me, so I'm just going to add a little bit of sugar and salt, just a little bit, about 1 teaspoon of each, over the top, and mix it in so that everything starts cooking. And I'm going to add about a tablespoon of water and put a lid over this. It's going to be flash steaming just like we did with the broccoli in our chili idli video. You can taste. I've gone ahead and finished with my pumpkin. I'm actually really excited about this because it does not taste like pumpkin at all, which is a big win for me. I ended up cooking it for about 15 minutes on low with the lid on, and I added about 2 tablespoons of water to help it cook. You can see that it's really cooked down. It's a little mushy, but it completely just tastes like that sauce, which is, again, one of my favorite sauces, so I'm very happy about that. You can totally try this with different vegetables and different sauces. It's a very easy recipe, and the goal is really just to find a vegetable that you like and make it in a way that you really enjoy. I would love to hear how you modify this recipe for your own self or for your family. If you do end up doing that, please let us know in the comments below, or let us know if you try this recipe just the way it is and how it turned out for you. Thank you so much and have a good day.